Did I eat it all? Yes, I did. Shall we go in? Now there's an idea. Why are there cows in the lake? Welcome back and welcome to Tassie. We're in Ross, but guess what? We're not starting in Ross, so come with us and let's go exploring. So whereabouts is Ross, you may ask? So from up in Launceston, which was pretty much where we were when we left you last episode, if you are watching every episode, about 80k. And then from Hobart, we're approximately about 120k. So I'm going to say we're sort of nearly in the middle. We're taking you on adventures today to the surrounding areas because it is a quaint little town, and we sort of thought we're going to put 3 little towns or villages all into the one episode. So it is going to be pretty packed. So maybe get your coffee, get your snacks. Mr. B's driving Big Brucey. It's a beautiful day.
Yep.
It's sunny. It's warm. It's warmer in Bruce. I've got the puffer. Yep. I've got the beanie on again.
12 degrees outside.
So let's show you what you can explore. I'm going to say these are the 3 top little towns that you've got to visit up this way on your Tassie trip. Campbell Town is only approximately around about 8 to 10 minutes up the road from Ross, but we're actually going to start here in Campbell Town. The cement blocks that I just showed you, how cool are they? Well, I think they're cool, but probably not in such a good way. They're basically of all the convicts. I'm just reading a few here. There was this one here, I'm telling you, life back then, it was pretty hectic. This guy stole sheep and he basically got life. Wow. Bit different to what we have today. So Campbelltown was established back in 1821. We're going to find some little fun facts and have a look around in the town of Campbelltown. Pavers that I showed you before, they go all the way down to the bridge, and we'll tell you that story when we get there. That's got to be a lot of convicts.
But it actually tells you their name, the name of the ship they came across, what crime they committed, and then where they're usually buried.
That's a lot of fun facts on that. I still can't believe that that guy got life for stealing sheep. So it is a weekday, there's a bit of traffic around, a little bit of noise, not many people. There is a big IGA here as well. Lots of antique shops, hey?
Yeah.
Little tea houses. I've spotted so far 3 bakeries and I think only 1 pub. I can only see 1 pub. I'm not sure why that is. I'm sure that there would have been more back in the day.
Is the Red Bridge in Campbelltown. It is one of the oldest bridges in Australia. It is actually the oldest brick bridge, and it is the oldest bridge that is still part of the National Highway. It was completed in 1838 and they used 1.5 million red bricks to build this. How amazing.
in the park is free camping, absolutely free. There is no amenities, there's no power or anything, but hey, it's a free camp in the middle of Campbell Town. So if it suits your needs and you want to stop in, come check out the town. I think it needs some tourists, that's for sure. We are going to jump back in Brucey, and I reckon we're going to head back down to Ross.
So the weather's turned a little bit nasty this afternoon, but we are still going to take you around and show you some sights of Ross.
We've parked Big Brucey back. Big Brucey's here, and we've got the Yeti van. So we'll touch on this just briefly. I'm not going to do it as I sometimes usually do in the episode. If you want to stay in Ross, the best place to camp would be the Ross Caravan Park, because other than that, there's pretty much nowhere to camp here. I'm going to say it's fairly good. You've got power, amenities, that type of thing, and it's walking distance. So we're going to have a little stroll. We will. And I reckon it's time for something pretty special that we've heard a lot about, and I reckon that you're going to enjoy it as well. It's pretty well known, I think, well, we've heard a lot about it, and it is famous. So we're going to hit the streets of Ross and
show you around.
So from where we're parked up, it's only about not even a 5-minute walk around the corner. I didn't give you an update on the population when we were in Campbell Town just now. It's about 800 people, and we were just having a chat about the population in Ross. Oh dear.
And it's just over 500 people?
It's just. So, quite little quaint town, and the buildings pretty much say that themselves as well. Do you want to tell them about the barracks? This is a cute little building.
Yeah, so the barracks was here from 1824 to 1854. And it was basically here, one, because they had female prisoners here, and two, everywhere that the first settlers from England, they always had military go with them. So this was the military barracks.
Lucky are we walk around the corner and we got sunshine.
Yep.
If you need to post off any postcards in Ross, they have this cute little post office. It is adorable, and it's got different things that you can buy in there. They've got lots of hand knits, beanies, scarves, any little touristy things that you might want, and you can send your postcards off back home. The old door chime. The thing is, I'm not sure which door it's for. Check this out. There's this door. And then there's this door. So that's keeping it real neighbourly, isn't it? I don't think anyone lives there anymore. We have arrived, and see, I was right. Yes. Check this out. See? World's greatest vanilla slice. Best in Tasmania, voted by the people who are enjoying eating them. And yep, guess what I'm having? Oh, I'm so ready for this. So I have been lucky enough and been invited outside or inside the bakery, and this is actually the oven that gets all the baking done in the oven. Are you the baker?
I am.
Tell us about the bakery and what happens in here in the oven. And
well, the oven's 160 years old.
Yep.
It's the only one we have in the building, so everything that's baked in at the Ross Village Bakery is baked in this oven.
Wow.
Takes a couple hours in the morning to warm up.
What time do you start?
5:45 or so. Not too bad.
Yep, okay. She's a beauty. So how many loaves can you fit in there at once?
In the day they said 300, but I usually don't do more than about 20.
Okay, cool.
But I'll put 200 pies in there at a time.
Wow, we have been waiting literally 2 days to come here. These guys...
You can't come on Monday and Tuesday.
No, Monday and Tuesday these guys are closed, but it's worth the wait. So, guess what I ordered today? The vanilla slice.
A vanilla slice?
You got it. So, I feel like when you come here, you've got to have those two favourites, don't you?
That's what everybody wants.
Yeah, and you know what? There's like only 5 vanilla slices left already.
Oh,
are there more, or is that it for the day?
No, I got more.
Is that a slab?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. How exciting. Well, thank you so much for the chat, and thank you for letting me have a look at the oven. I'm so wrapped, and I'm so keen for my pie and my vanilla slice.
So here, the fire goes in this one.
Ooh. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What a beauty. Check it out. So remember guys, get your pies, get your cakes, come and see Carl, come and see the guys. You know what? I did see the sign on the door that you were after stuff. I was thinking of applying, but you know what? I've got plenty more YouTube to make, and we're only in Tassie for 6 months. Well, we're here for 6 months.
There you go.
I probably shouldn't have told you guys that.
That's all we need.
Oh, so I should stay? Do you reckon I should stay?
If you get us through March, we're all right.
It only got crumbs left. Yum yum. I'm gonna vote that pie. I reckon 9.5 out of 10. It was really good. Why didn't I give it 10 out of 10? Because I probably just needed more pie. Dave ordered these in a takeaway container, but you know what? I'm gonna be a piggy and I'm gonna eat it now because I feel like I need to tell you how good these are as well. So, oh, check you out. You're into it already. Oh, look, there's Carl. He's got the, is that for me? Oh, check it out, look. See, that was the slab that I was eyeing off inside. Yummy yum, look at that.
Cut up and ready to go.
So good. We were just saying how good the pies were. Look, I finished it already, Carl. Crumbs.
Nice job.
And that was the only reason why I gave it.
Her way.
That was the only reason why I gave it a 9.5 because it wasn't big enough.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, she's ready to go. I'm not sure the best way to eat this. Should I eat it with a fork or should I just eat it with my fingers? What do you reckon? Mr. B, how did you eat yours?
I ripped the top off.
Did you?
Yeah.
Started off using my fingers and it wasn't ending too well, but that's okay. So now I've gone to the fork. Gotta say, it is the creamiest
Correct.
vanilla slice I have ever had. So good. I just found out as well that they did win an official award on the What If, and if you are Aussie, they have been on the Today Show and Sunrise as well. So I'm not just making this up. These are true facts about the Ross Bakery. So good. Did I eat it all? Yes, I did. And I'm going to give it again a 9.5 out of 10 because I wanted more. It was so good. It's the creamiest thing ever. Gotta love it. Gotta come to Ross just for a vanilla slice. On that note, I reckon we got to keep exploring because I'm feeling a bit full. How are you, Mr. B?
I'm gonna go another 5.
Did you hear that? He wants another 5 vanilla slice. That ain't happening, so we're going to keep exploring. So we've come across the old Mano Ross Hotel.
And the only pub in Ross.
It's also closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but guess what? We are in luck. However, it's saying, sorry, we're closed at the moment. So Mr. B said that we're coming here for dinner tonight. So
Hopefully
it might open. So this big old beauty was built back in 1835 by the convicts. I guess it's had a few renos over its days and years and whatever. It looks pretty all right actually. Mr. B's checking out the menu. So we'll see if we come here tonight. It's down the other end of the street. So we've made it from the village bakery end and we've had a decent walk. So you know what? I think I could actually almost do with another vanilla slice. Can we have another vanilla slice, Mr. B?
Sorry?
Can we have another vanilla slice?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe tomorrow before we leave.
Now there's an idea. So we just, so the pub's not open at the moment. We'll explore that a bit later and we're just going to go and check out what's down the other end of the street. When you come to the end of the town, in the middle of the road, you come to this.
This is actually a cannon from the Anglo-Boer War that occurred between 1899 and 1902.
This is the good old town hall and the council chambers. She was built back in 1891. Can imagine the goings on in there at the council chambers and all the big meetings. With all the buildings around here, they are actually local sandstone, and pretty much most of it was from the convicts doing all the digging. I've got to say as well, I think it's called stone masonry when they chisel in like the names and the numbers and the dates. I've got to say how well worn that is. It literally looks like it's could have just been done recently. It's really stands up from the years of weather and deterioration. So that's one thing I'm really loving about Tassie, is just the history. Cottage is open every day. It's approximately around about 10 to 4 each day, and also on weekends, and it is free entry.
Female factory actually started in 1833. There were the few huts here that initially housed stonemasons, which were convicts, in the building of the bridge here. It then was fully transferred to a female factory where they had 3 sections plus nursery. So if you were a woman and you got pregnant out of wedlock, you were charged with an offence and usually sentenced to 7 years for that offence. So the guy got nothing, because most of the guys would have been upper class, so to speak, but the women got punished. The children were put in the nursery for 3 years, then they were sent to Hobart and put in the children's orphanage down there. Hard life.
Shall we go in? You want to go in, Mr. B? Yeah. I'll take you for a walk through the church. This beauty was built back in 1885. So we're just going to take a little walk through. It is pack down day. We actually had a good night last night. We ended up at the pub. We had a great meal, so I'd highly recommend that when you're in Ross. It is absolutely blowing to gale. It is so windy out there, so I've left Mr. B doing the pack down outside. I've done the pack down inside on the Eddie van, and we're going to take you to the last little town on our Midlands tour. We are staying there the night. We are pretty excited. It is a free camp, so I have got these bad boys out already because we don't have a diesel heater or that sort of luxury in the triangle. So I better get outside, pack the van down, and we will be on the move to our next little town. So we made it about, I don't know, 20k down the road.
Yep.
How good setup. Looking good. This is the free camp in the little town of Oatlands.
Correct.
Yeah, so we parked up, set up. We're just going to be here for 24 hours. It is basic, so I'm going to say be self-contained. But we're going to take you through the little town. I feel like it's quirky, quaint, and we've got a fair bit to see, haven't we?
Yep. So this is the Miller's cottage, built in 1860. It's a 2-room beauty, and they were always adjacent to the mill for easy access and also supplies.
It's really quite quaint inside. It's really tiny. There is actually a little video that you can watch in there, which is quite impressive. And it just goes to show you how simple it was. And as we were saying, how low the roof was. You wouldn't want to be too tall, you'd hit your head. How about this beauty behind me? That's what I can see from the window of the Yeti van. Pretty spectacular. Not every day you get to do a free camp in front of one of these beauties. When you get down to the lake in Oatlands, you'll probably go, why are there cows in the lake? Well, they're structures. But back in the day, there actually were real cows in the lake. And what did they do?
So they used to pay 10 shillings a year, and the cows could roam the town for free. They were tagged. So what would happen was, bring the cows in, the kids would bring the cows in the morning, let them roam free, find them after school, take them home. They'd be milked. And then the following day, they'd bring them back here.
And they'd be in the lake.
Let them roam again.
And they'd go in the lake. They'd go in the lake and they'd eat all the weed. They've still got the same weed in there. We actually checked out, there was a little photo from way back in the 1800s. And there was literally photos of the cows in the lake. So I've got to say, that's a little bit quirky. And it was pretty cool that a local artist left their impression of cows in the lake. So we're just having a wander through the historical museum. This was the little cottage that we were just in. So tiny, eh?
Oh, super fun.
So tiny. There's so much to look at here. So if you do have a bit of time in Oatlands, check out the historical museum. It's only $3 to get in. There's a lot to look at. So we are going to keep going up the main street. It's such a quaint little town. I actually really like it. The population of Oatlands is only about 700. So it's a really small little town. I did learn an interesting fact about the museum, and I'm definitely going to say support it and spend your $3 in there, because it's not actually run by the council or any government funded anything. It's just run by the volunteers and the money that they make from people like me, Mr. B,
Yep.
and the few locals that stop in this place to keep it going. And we had a chat with him, and it was really refreshing to hear that he said the little grandkids and the smaller kids, the fascination that they have with that, because I feel like it's going to get lost eventually. But yeah, that was really nice to hear. Just at the end of the street there is a little op shop and bargain centre, so I did have a little look through. Didn't actually see anything that I really needed, because you know we've got to minimise in the van, but they did have a little section there where you could pick up some little groceries that had been donated by some local businesses. So got us a few supplies. So there is only one operational pub in Oatlands, and it is this beauty, the Kentish Hotel, and it was actually built way back in 1832. Still operating as a hotel today. They do have a little coffee shop inside, canneries and whatever you want to drink really. They've restored it really nicely as well. So that was the old jail of Oatlands. If only those walls could talk. You can definitely see how many people have gone up here back in the day. Since the 1800s. This is the place you don't want to be. And I think actually from the information that we read, there was around about 15 to 18 hangings here. Definitely not what they do these days. We'll say goodbye to the jail, leave it behind us. So that jail was actually replaced by an old, they had a previous one was a wooden one, and then that one replaced it about 8 years later. And the fact about that was, it was actually one of the, well, the only largest jails in the area, wasn't it?
Original, yes.
Yeah, original.
So it housed 270 prisoners. There was a mixture of prisoners, female prisoners. What are they called? People who owed debts, or debtors, were there as well. So there was 18 full executions by a guy called Solomon Clay. So he did all the executions. Some he botched, and the people would die slowly. But his other job was he used to empty the cesspool in the jails, and he got paid £5 a year. And on that day, that would have been big money.
Big bucks for such a horrible job.
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't get paid anything for the executions, just emptying the toilet.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm pretty excited. You know what? The mill is spinning. How cool is that? Not every day you see a windmill spinning. That has got to be one of our windiest pack downs. That was hectic.
Oh my God.
With the triangle, the one thing, you put the outer, well, the wall furthest from the door down first. That's fine if the wind's blowing that way. But as soon as you drop the other triangle, whew, it is full on. That's the only downside of it. But we are back in the Jeep and we are on the move. So we hope that you liked our 3 little villages in the Midlands of Tassie.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, which was my favourite? I think I'm gonna say Ross. Yeah, Ross. What was yours, Mr. B?
Actually, I liked here, even though
Here?
we didn't have power.
Oatlands?